Hi everyone, so welcome back to my channel. Today I did a look that's quite fun. I'm not really feeling so good. You can probably tell already that I'm very nasally, and I went out earlier to get some medicine because I'm just not feeling good. But I needed to do some videos because I don't have anything for this coming week. So I decided to film this look, and I was going to do something really basic, but then I decided to use this sort of different eyeshadow. It's the Eye Dust by Jessie's Girl. I found this at Rite Aid, and it's in the shade Secret Weapon. So it looks white, but it has a blue-green duochrome to it, and so I foiled it to give it a pop of color. Really, really pretty, and then I paired it with some warmer tones around the eye, very smoky on the lower lashes, which I've been getting into a lot lately. And I hope that you guys like it. I will try to see if I can find that Jessie's Girl pigment if you're interested, and I will link it down below. If not, just anything that's, you know, that you like. Any duochrome colors. You can put pink, you can do what, you know, green, blue, whatever you want, because this is sort of warm yet very neutrally. So it could be paired with any sort of super foiled shadow on the lid. You can even use some of the Makeup Geek ones in place of this if you wanted to. So I'm just showing you a technique, and I hope that you guys enjoy it. If you want to see how to do it, then keep watching and I will show you exactly how to do it. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is take this Milani eyeshadow. This is the one in Bella Cappuccino number 03. It's a bit of a satiny finish, so that's why I chose it. Otherwise, if it was too shimmery, I wouldn't have gone with it. I'm using an S12 brush by Morphe Brushes, and it looks like this. And so I'm just going to kind of load up the brush, tapping off the excess, and then we're just going to kind of go all the way in and then all the way out, leaving the center of the lid bare. You don't want anything on the lid. And you can go really dark in this inner part if you want to. I'm just going to go a little bit lighter with the color, so it's not super dark, but there is something there. Maybe you guys can see it on the other eye. So just kind of load up your brush and kind of messily throw it on. It doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to blend out the edges. And I like this color because it's super soft. As you can see, it's not very harsh at all. Taking a fluffier brush, this is the S21, which looks like this in comparison to the one I just used. So it's a little bit thicker. And I'm using the color called Soft and Sexy from the Zoeva Naturally Yours. If you don't have this palette, any sort of matte medium tan color, nothing super dark, but just a medium tan will work. And take that on the brush, tapping off the excess, put the most on the outer part, and then start sweeping it in towards the inner part. And then this is going to be a process of layering because I want it really dark on this outer part, so just sort of go back and forth layering as much as you want. This is really mostly like a preference thing. I do want it kind of dark right here and then light as we go towards the brow, the inner part of the eye. I can't talk today. Then switching to a fluffy brush, I'm using another one from Morphe. This is the MB23. I'm going to take the color Pure, which is a matte ivory color. Any color that's your skin tone, make sure it's matte will work. Taking that on that brush, and I'm going to soften the edges and then also go under the brow as my highlight. And then to add a little extra something to the crease, to add just a touch of warmth, I don't know if you guys can see it on this side here, I'm going in with the color Peach Smoothie by Makeup Geek and an E25 blending brush from Sigma. If you don't have this one, or if you want something a little lighter, you can use Beaches and Cream, which still has a bit of peach, but not as peachy as Peach Smoothie. So I'm just going to go right around the border of that color just to add a little bit of a halo effect right around that tan. And you can add as much or as little as you want. Just remember, if you add a lot, you need to blend more. So hopefully you guys can see the effect that gives. And then go back in with the brush that you used to put your highlight and kind of buff this out. Now moving on to the lower lash line, I'm going to take a small detail brush. It looks like this. Anything that's small will work with that same Soft and Sexy or that medium tan brown that you used in the crease. And I'm going to go pretty thick on this outer part, and then sort of taper it in towards the root of the lash as I get closer into the inner part. So thick right out here, a little bit lower, and then bring it up. And I'm just going to kind of connect them right in this outer part here. Okay, so then I'm going to take a different type of brush. This is the Outer V brush by Geek. It looks like this. And I'm going to take more of that Soft and Sexy and just kind of build that up right on this outer part, just to make it really, really intense, as you can see. And I'm going to follow this shape here and then kind of curve around to meet up with my crease. But I'm staying below the crease. I'm not going up as high as I normally go because I have that peachy color right there. And then I'm going to wipe off that brush and I'm going to go in with Slow Dance. That's also in this palette. It's a really dark matte brown with a bit of a reddish plumish tone to it. So anything that's sort of super warm. You can use Cocoa Bear by Geek. It's a little bit more kind of like orangey red, but you can use a plum if you want. And I'm going to go right under this area here. Again, pretty heavily. I'm going to come back to this color in a moment, but we're moving on to the lid. I'm using the Jessie's Girl Eye Dust, and this one is in the color Secret Weapon. It looks white, but it has a blue-green duochrome. So I'm going to apply a little bit of this first dry, and I'm using a red stable brush by Morphe Brushes. And I'm going to apply this to the center of the lid. Hopefully you guys can see that. Isn't that pretty? To the center of the lid. Then the next step is to apply the same color but foiled, which it makes it a lot intense. So this is the dry and this is the foiled. You can do either or, whatever you want. It works best. It's up to you. Preference wise, doesn't really matter. But I'm taking a little bit in the lid with some eye drops, and I've talked about this method before. This is something I've been doing a lot lately. So you're just going to create a paste. Use the lid. Well, you can't really mess this one up because it's got a sifter, but if you use a pigment, just use a lid or a paper towel, something, so that you don't ruin your product. Okay, so then take that and just press that right over exactly where you just put that same color but in the dry state. Just go right over that. The center of the ball of the eye. So when you blink, it has that sort of shine and really reflective, sort of wet look, which I like. Again, keeping it below the crease. Don't come out too far here, and don't come in too close to the inner part either. Because remember, we have those darker shades there. If you need to, you can always pat it. This one isn't the best when you wet it. Honestly, it kind of gets a little weird. But I'm just patting a little bit of it dry over that just to kind of help seal that in a bit. And then if you happen to get a little too far, just take a brush and just kind of lightly dust it so that it's not going to be too noticeable. Alright, then I want to add some more of that kind of really dark plummy brown color, going back in with my detail brush with that same shade, and it looks like this. And I'm going to be applying this right on the outer part of the lid, right here in the outer V area, and making sure that there is a connection between those two colors, right here and right around the lower part of the outer V. Okay, so now it's time to tightline, taking a black pencil. I'm using the one from NARS. Any black pencil will work. Just tightline, upper and lower. Alright, so then for eyeliner, I'm going to use a liquid liner. This is the one from LORAC. I'm doing it super, super thin, a little bit thicker as we get out to this outer part. Completely optional if you want to do a wing, but I am. Do whatever makes you feel comfortable. Alright, so now that I have my liner done, I'm going to take a black shadow. I'm just using the one that's in this palette. This one is not a super intense black. You can use Corrupted by Makeup Geek in place of this if you don't have the palette. But I'm going to take some of that black and I'm just going to go over that liquid liner because mine is sort of starting to dry out. And when it's in that phase, it doesn't look the best. I'm just going to go right over all of that. And then I'm also going to take that black and I'm going to run it really close to the root of my lash on the lower lash line. Just to kind of make it very smoky. And I'm going to pull it down a bit as well. Alright, so now it's just time to do some mascara. I'm using Lash Discovery at the bottom. And then I'm just going to do mascara on the upper lashes, the Lash Sensational by, what is this, Maybelline. And you can do falsies. I'm just going to skip it. I'm not in the mood for falsies today. Alright, so now that the eyes are done, I just need to share with you what I use for the rest of my face. For my blush, I use the Makeup Geek Infatuation blush. It's one of my favorites. I absolutely love it. And it's a little bit on the warmer side, so that's why I chose it, because it pulls in some of that sort of warmer peach tones that we use on the crease area. And then for my lips, I first started by drawing my lips, or lining my lips with the NYX Peekaboo Neutral liner, which I love. I did overdraw my lip just a little bit, not over exaggerating, but I did overdraw on just the top, not the bottom. Then I applied my MAC lipstick in Hue, which is a sort of nudie pink color. More on the nude side, kind of neutrally. And then I paired that with the Too Faced Melted Longwear lipstick in the Melted Nude. So that's what I have here. I really like this look. I think the lip is sort of got a little bit of color, just little bits of subtle pink coming through instead of just being completely washed out like concealer type of nude shades. I don't think that that would be really good. But just keep it sort of very neutral, very kind of nudish when you're doing something so bold and so dark on the eye. And of course, because we foiled that pigment stands out. It's like, rah, I'm here. So anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed this look. I had fun filming it for you guys. I've been getting into the whole foiling technique a lot lately and I absolutely love it. So let me know if you want to see more looks like this. Or more looks with foiling pigments and eyeshadows, because I'll be more than happy to do that for you. And don't forget to subscribe if you enjoyed the video. More videos will be coming soon. I will be posting, probably my favorites for February will be already up, so by the time you're watching this, it should be Monday. And I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch and subscribe, and just the love that you guys give to me here. It's really touching, and it's unlike anything I've ever experienced in my life. So thank you so much for that, and you mean the world to me. Have a fabulous week, and if you would like to connect with me a little bit more on Twitter and Instagram, it's at Glamour by Lexi. It's at the bottom of the screen as always. And have a great day, and I'll see you very, very soon. Bye.